Hey everybody, Brian McCumber here with Tech Money Talks. Today we're going to talk about how to reach $1,000 days. I got 3 secrets that I'm going to share with you today, and it's going to be really awesome. So let me dive into the topic. All right, so this is going to be a presentation that we're going to go through today. And what I want you to do, let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm starting a new streaming service here. And as you can see, I'm here. This is live. But in the chat, let me know if you can hear me okay, because I was just doing a live session where I was talking about product research. And it was on Tuesday, just a couple days ago. And most people couldn't hear me. So I want to know, just drop in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me okay. And just give me a thumbs up or something like that. Let me know if you can hear me, and we'll get things started. I'm going to type that in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me. All right. So I'm going to get started, and hopefully you guys can give me some feedback if you can hear me along the way. And with that, we're going to save, with your questions, drop them in the chat. I'm going to be answering them along the way, and I'll raise them up, but it's going to be really awesome. We're going to dive into what it really takes to make $1,000 days in drop shipping, and let's dive into it right now. One of the things that I want to share with you is that $1 million business is closer than you think. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that. Now, my goal is to show you the real way to make big money online. My name is Brian McCumber. I'm the host of the Tech Money Talks podcast. I'm the #1 dropshipping podcast on the planet, sponsored by Spotify and Anchor FM, top 100 entrepreneur podcasts on iTunes, and then also professional drop shipper. So today I'm going to cover 3 secrets to $1,000 days. And the secret number 1 is going to be how to 10x your e-commerce sales. And then secret number 2 is going to be boosting your average order value. And then secret number 3 is going to be the riches and then the niches. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that. So let's dive into secret number 1. Secret number 1 is how to 10x your e-commerce sales. This is what we're going to cover right now. And so let me show you exactly what I mean by this. Facebook Marketplace drop shipping. Remember how we started and talked about, I did a lot of challenges and previews, how you can actually make money at this. Some people, one student in our previous challenge did over $4,000 in which is just really awesome. But let me cover the nature of drop shipping, which goes like this. Customers come to place an order online and they pay retail price. You take that order and you forward that order to your supplier. You pay the supplier wholesale price and you keep the difference. You keep the profits. And then that supplier sends the product to your customer. This is drop shipping. And the process goes round and round. The cool thing about this is that you don't have to buy inventory up front, and you place orders, and when you need to buy the product, you buy the product after you receive the order. And that's the cool thing about it, right? Isn't that awesome? Now, let me explain what a drop posting is. And this is basically drop shipping on Facebook Marketplace. Now, with drop posting, what this is that customers go to Facebook Marketplace to place an order online, and then they pay you retail price. You take the order, you forward it to the supplier, pay them wholesale price, you keep the profits, and the supplier sends a product to your customer. And the process goes round and round and round. Now, the cool thing about this in Facebook Marketplace is that you don't have to pay for advertising. It doesn't cost you anything up front. And that's the amazing thing about it. So it's very low risk, easy to get started, easy entry. Isn't that amazing or what? Let me know. And let me know that you can hear me okay as I'm talking through here, and drop your questions along the way. Now, this is what I call drop posting. And it's the same story, like where an example of a 39-year-old truck driver now making $650 a week because he stumbled upon the same technique. And there's many other people following the same pattern, which is really awesome. So what I say is a great goal in Facebook Marketplace drop shipping is to earn $100 per day. I think that's a really decent goal for Facebook Marketplace drop shipping. It's where you can get started, get your feet wet, test products, and you can earn $100 per day. Now, how do we 10x this? Because that's the secret number one. So how do we 10x it? Well, let's dive into it. If you want to take it to the next level, then you're going to be doing Shopify dropshipping. So Shopify dropshipping is next level of dropshipping above there. Now, what is Shopify dropshipping? Shopify dropshipping is basically you're not competing against Amazon. You're not competing against eBay. That's the thing to keep in mind here. The people you're targeting are what I call impulse buyers. And the way that it works is kind of like the nature of high frequency traders. So if you look at like this, if you ever, seen the stock market and you hear about these high frequency traders, basically they figured out a pattern, buy low, sell high. They buy low, sell high. And then they repeat that multiple times over, like thousands of times per day. And they make a lot of money. So in Shopify dropshipping, when you find a product that you can buy low and then you can sell it higher at retail price, you buy low, sell high, and then the cost of ads also factor in so that you can find customers and you're making a profit. Now you scale that up. So you scale that up with advertising, and then that's the nature of Shopify dropshipping. So it looks like this. You pay money for Facebook ads, and then based on those ads, that sends customers to your Shopify store, and then to your Shopify store, they pay you retail price. You take the order, forward it to the supplier, pay them wholesale price. You keep the profits as the supplier then ships the product to your customer. And then the process goes round and round again. So does that make sense? Let me know if this is making sense to you. And if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. Now, the cool thing is, here's an example. Great Shopify goal is what I say is $1,000 day. So $1,000 day, that is actually what I mean by 10x in your. So Facebook marketplace drop shipping, a good goal is $100 day. But when it comes to Shopify drop shipping, $1,000 day is a really great goal. And then when you find really great products, it'll go far above that, and it'll reveal itself to you. So it's a really awesome thing. But I'd say this is the way that, like I said, you could 10x your business going from Facebook marketplace drop shipping to Shopify drop shipping. Isn't that amazing or what? Let me know. Drop it in the chat. And if you have any questions, let me know along the way. So now, secret number 2, we're going to talk about boosting your average order value. And what do I mean by that? Well, what we're going to do is that we're going to leverage the power of sales funnels. And that is what's going to give you that competitive advantage. So sales funnels is what gives you an advantage over other drop shippers. And let me tell you what I mean by that. In the traditional approach of Shopify dropshipping, it goes like this, right? We just went through it. Facebook ads plus your viral product plus your Shopify store gives you some sales, right? Now, with that, we're going to take the new approach. And let me show you what the new approach is. The new approach is this. You take Facebook ads plus your viral product, and then that is going to give you lots of sales. This is what I'm talking about here. It's going to give you lots of sales. So what this does, and let me break it down for you here. So in the power of Click Funnels, what it's going to do is that the very first thing that's coming in is that you're going to put together what's called an irresistible offer. And the very first thing that you're collecting is an email opt-in. So they come in, and an example here, what I'm showing you is what's called a free plus shipping offer. So you make an irresistible offer where we're basically saying, hey, you're going to get this product for free. All you need to cover is the cost of shipping. So it's a low ticket item to get their foot in the door. Once they come in, it's like, wow, this is an amazing thing. I'm going to pay for it. That right there, you're going to profit even just on that item alone. But the goal here is to increase the average order value. And let me show you how it's done. So the next step, what you do is we call it a quantity boost. An example of the quantity boost goes like this. So like, say, if you guys remember, like last year, right? The pandemic started, COVID, and you saw on the shelves was just like toilet paper, limit, only one. Or, other, products like, soaps or whatever. You can only limit 3. Maximum you can get is 3. You do the same thing on your website. You put a limit. So they came in for this irresistible offer, free plus shipping, but then you tell them, say, well, wait, the maximum you can get is 5. Now, what happens when you tell somebody that they can't do something? They want to do what you just told them that they can't do. Well, wait, why can't I buy more than 5? And it goes into the psychology of the buyer. And then what they're going to do is like, they're going to say, okay, well, I'm going to buy 5 because it's an irresistible offer. And then now they're like, okay, well, I'm going to grab 5 while I can, because that's the maximum that I can get. So that quantity boost actually increases your average order value. But that's just the first step. The next one is called the order bump. In this case, it's like, imagine you were like at the grocery store and you're in the checkout line, right? And when you're in the checkout line, what do they have on the sides, on both sides? A whole bunch of products. They got magazines, they got bubble gum, they got USB cables to charge your phone, lighters, different things like that, right? And it's something that you can basically grab and add it to your order. And it's the same concept here. So this is what you can do on your sales page, is like, okay, let's take a related product and allow them to add it to the order. And then that's what they do. Now, here's where it increases your average order value even further. And this is really awesome. Boom. If you look at the checkout line, the red checkout line, that red checkout line means the person entered their credit card and then they checked out, right? So with that, what that means is that the person entered their credit card, checked out. Now, instead of going to the regular thank you page or the receipt where they just see, okay, here your order will be shipped, what they go to is the next upsell page. So it's the upsell. So now it's a page that goes like this, was basically like, hey, we want to congratulate you for being a first-time customer. And because you're a first-time customer, we want to make you this irresistible offer, or this one-time offer, right? So you're going to get this special. It's not going to come again, and there's something that you can get right now. And they can click a button that makes a decision to say, yes, I want to add it to my order. So when they add it to the order, they don't have to enter their credit card anymore. The transaction is still alive. That's the real takeaway. So the transaction is still live. So it's just a click of a button to add more to their order. So you can have upsell number 1. You can have upsell number 2. And then you can also have a subscription. So most people don't even realize one of the biggest things that's taken off right now in e-commerce is subscription models. All these box subscriptions for this and that. And you can actually add that as an upsell to your order, and people are opting in for it. So all of this together is actually increasing your average order value, all within a single transaction, because the person, the customer came in thinking that they're just going to buy one, but now they were given all these opportunities to increase the sale. And it's just an amazing thing. It truly is amazing. Now, the cool thing about this is that, with all this coming together, like this really increased the power of the sale. So which means that you are more profitable by having all of this put together, as opposed to just one individual product and one checkout. Now, the other thing to keep in mind here, and this is something that's worth talking about, and let me actually put myself in view here. One of the really powerful things to keep in mind is that if you were to actually use all of this, so imagine in Shopify, if someone added all of this to their checkout before entering their credit card, what typically happens is that this is what's called buyer remorse, if that makes sense. Buyer remorse basically means that they entered all of these products in there, and when they see the price tag, see all the dollars down at the bottom, if they see that big price tag before they actually enter their credit card, that's what's called buyer remorse. So all of a sudden, then they don't buy anything, because, they entered all these things because they liked it and they wanted it. But now when they saw the big price tag and they're going to whip out their, credit card to buy, they're like, no. But if the checkout line actually completed halfway through the process, so they got the immediate product that they wanted, they added more quantities and then a little order bump just to add to it. That was fine. They entered their credit card information, they checked out. So at the red line, they checked out. And in their mind, now they're just kind of, free. They made a commitment and now they're free. They're in. Everything that takes place in the blue, upsell number 1, 2, and the membership, that's what allows people to actually, uh, with a click of a button, add that to the order, and you don't have that buyer remorse. That's the real power that most people don't realize, and you can't do that directly with Shopify. So this is where I had to put myself on camera to really explain to you guys this is what's happening here. So now what this actually changes for Shopify dropshipping is that it speeds the process. $1,000 days, examples are like you're now doing this within a week, taking a new product and actually knocking this out within a week. This is really awesome stuff. Now, let me know if this is making sense to you. And if you like, this kind of stuff that's going on here, let me know in the chat for sure, because this is really awesome. But we're not done yet, because we're going to start with secret number 3. And the secret number 3 is what I call riches in the niches. And this is going to take it a step further. So already at this point, I showed you how to reach $1,000 days and how to do it even within a week. Now, what I'm going to show you is how to actually excel that even further. And what this is what I'm going to show you here is like this. To quickly test products, you're going to do the traditional Shopify approach that we talked about. Take that viral product plus the Facebook ads and your Shopify store, and you're going to get some sales. When you find the product that gets sales, then what you're going to do is build a funnel around that product. Does that make sense? So the very first step is you test to find a product on Shopify. Did they get some sales? Then what you're going to do is build a funnel around that product. And Shopify is still in the mix, but you're adding that funnel in there. And then that type of funnel that you're building is an example like this that we went through. Now, let me show you like a breakdown. This is kind of like a mind map of the funnel strategy, and I'll talk through it here. So what this is like, here's an example of this cookie cutter funnel, which is really popular, especially during the holidays. But an example here, this is how it flows. So you have a sales page, right? They come into the sales page, and that's where they're able to make that purchase. And then you have, like I showed you, the subscription model, which is an upsell or upsell number 1 or upsell number 2. And then when they go to the actual receipt and the thank you page, that's where they go to what I call the offer wall, which means that now they can go to your Shopify store if they actually want to browse your collection of other products. Now, the other piece to this puzzle that most people don't realize is the emails and the abandoned cart sequence. The abandoned cart sequence is a really powerful technique. Most people are leaving money on the table because they're not following up with people who abandon the cart sequence. And I'll tell you a quick story here, because what you want to do is send reminders to them that, hey, we still have this amazing offer. It's in your shopping cart. It's still available. So 4 hours later, you send an email. 1 day later, you send an email. Now, my wife, she likes to shop online. And when I explained her the technique about like this abandoned cart sequence, she's like, oh yeah, I like that. They were really nice to send, they were really nice to send me these things. And I'm like, oh yeah, I bet they're really nice, but if you think about it, that's what really happens. Because imagine the person that, like I said, it's impulse buyers. So they're scrolling through Facebook, right? And they saw this product that they like. It caught their attention. They wanted to buy it, but they needed to pull out their credit card. But maybe they're in a meeting, or maybe they're in a place where they can't pull out their wallet. So they want to do it, but they just couldn't do it in the moment. That 4 hours later, now they're at home and they're reminded again that, hey, we still have this on hold for you in the shopping cart. The deal is still available. Do you want to purchase? So now they click and then they purchase the product. So just because they didn't buy at the time, those add to carts, those are things that you want to follow up on because you don't want to leave money on the table for sure. So this is a powerful technique. And then there's also follow-up sequences for the upsells. So really powerful to make money on the back end for sure. Now, let me show you one technique here, which is the real amazing thing. And this is what I call the riches and the niches. And I'll tell you a really cool story. So the top bar there, where we say the niche Facebook page and the niche Facebook pixel. So I was working with the Facebook advertising experts. So within the company Facebook, they call them experts now, advertising experts. And in talking with them, they said the most successful stores out there are the ones that build a niche store, because the pixel and the Facebook pixel, what it is, it's artificial intelligence. It's Facebook's artificial intelligence to learn more about how to send the right people to your ads, to view your ads, and the ones that are going to buy, the ones that are going to take action, engage. Facebook wants to engage the right people with your advertising. And what takes place here is that your pixel gets smarter and smarter with more data, more transactions, and so on. So here's the thing here. I showed you the first thing about the cookie cutter funnel. Well, that's funnel number one. That's just one product line, and then you build a funnel around it. Now imagine you do funnel number two, and you build a whole funnel and around that. And then you'd build funnel number three. This begins a compounding effect. One of the things is that it makes a smarter pixel, and they're able to send better customers cheaper to you. But then what also makes sense is that you're making money on the back end. So the green bar at the bottom, this is what most people don't realize. This is the power of compounding. Einstein, right? There's that Einstein quote, was like, the most powerful laws is the law of compounding. And basically what takes place here is that you got a buyer's list at the end of each funnel, because the very first thing you're collecting is the email address. So you're building a buyer's list. And what you're doing is, so you build funnel number one. Well, your buyers of funnel number one can be introduced to that irresistible offer of funnel number two. Does that make sense? And when you introduce them to that, that's free money. Does that make sense? That's free money to you at that point. But then the cool thing is that your buyers of funnel number two can also feed funnel number one. Does that make sense? And then now when you add funnel number three, you got funnel number one and two feeding three. And then you got three that can feed two and one. So you can see how this all builds upon each other. And it's just a really amazing thing, a powerful thing. And most people don't realize that. What this actually creates for you, it accelerates. So we're not talking just $1,000 days. We're talking over $3,000 days. So in this case here, what I wanted to point out, this is what I meant by $1 million business is a lot closer than you think. $3,000 a day is $1 million business. It's not that far away, folks. $1 million sounds like it's far away, but it's really closer than you think. And by taking this approach and by compounding your funnels in your niche store, you can build $1 million business quickly. And it's just a really amazing thing for sure. Let me know in the chat if something like this is really awesome, because now this goes beyond what I was just saying about the $1,000 days for sure. So one of the things that I think you're going to be thrilled about is that I put something together, because I had two choices here. The first option, I just completed a challenge where I help people out Facebook Marketplace, and I promised that I would do this free bonus training. So this is why I'm doing it today. And what I wanted to show you is how to take things to the next level. So what my first option is just to kind of share this information and let you continue to grow on your own. My second option is to actually put together this offer that requires a small investment, but in exchange, I'm able to devote my time and resources to help guarantee your success. So what I put together was what I call 3-month coaching program to get you to $1,000 days. So a 3-month coaching program. So my time committed to you and putting to get things together and to help you get to $1,000 day business. So that's a really great thing. Now, is there anything else that's going into it? Well, let me show you. So I already told you about the new approach that can get you to $1,000 days within 1 week, right? Now, what we're going to add to this is also the membership. So the private group and then Zoom sessions. So we're going to actually have those Zoom one-on-one, and then you'll have replays access to it as well. So the group and the live Zoom session, and that's what we're going to add to here. So all in all, that brings us to more than value of $7,000 into the 3-month coaching program. Now, what else, right? So what I want you to remember is that the riches are in the niches. So I'm going to show you the exact same technique, what goes into building this and compounding your funnels where it wraps around your Shopify store. This is the same technique, just like I talked about, that can bring you to $1 million business. So I'm not just talking about $1,000 days anymore. I'm talking about reaching those $3,000 days and more, right? And the way to leverage that is that I'm going to give you access to copy the funnels that I use for my actual drop shipping stores, and you can copy the same thing. So it's the same technique where I use to actually build drop shipping funnels around this, and I'm going to be able to give that to you as well. So pulling that all together by giving the Click Funnels, the 3-month coaching, the Zoom calls, all that together is worth over $9,000, right? So that's an amazing value for sure. Now, you might be thinking, well, what about Facebook ads? I don't know how to do advertising. Well, I'm going to help you out there as well. So to help you get more sales, I do have a current Facebook ads strategy. So Facebook keeps evolving. There's new things coming out, new rules, the new iOS updates and things like that. You're going to get the latest Facebook ad strategies to go along with it. Exact same techniques, but then you're also going to learn more about like the copywriting techniques. So this is what I like as well. So I call it drop shipping scripts. These will be the scripts to add to be able to show how to write advertising with ads that sell and different things like that. So we're going to pull all of that together. And now that's valued over $10,000 all in this whole package. So the 3-month coaching, the private Facebook group, the Zoom calls, the funnels that you can copy, and then the Facebook ad strategy. So now this is a complete package for you to just hit the ground running, especially before Black Friday. So even though it's valued over $10,000, I'm not going to charge you that at all. So right now, what I'm doing is giving a 10x special, which is like you can do this for $997 right now. So you can get everything. So from the 3-month coaching program to the private Facebook group, weekly Zoom calls, the funnels, and the ad strategies, all for $997 starting today. And I want to get people started before Black Friday. So you can go to marketplacedropshipping.com/coaching. And this is the real complete package here. Now, let me know if you're feeling it, because I know that a lot of people are really enjoying this so far. Now, you have 2 choices right now. In the first option, you could do nothing and not take this leap of faith. In the second one, you can actually pony up the small investment, because compared to the value, man, it's just a really great deal for sure. So what you're going to get, again, let me just recap here. It's a 3-month coaching program where we're going to be able to work weekly. It's a Facebook group that's private that we're going to be able to discuss along the way throughout the week. Zoom calls, Click Funnels. So the Click Funnels and the exact same funnels that I have here, and then the Facebook ad strategies, all valued over $10,000. And you go to marketplacedropshipping.com/coaching. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do for you here, because if $997 is too much, I think we can break it into 2 monthly payments. So if you want to break it into 2 monthly payments, we can split it there for $597. So you can get the whole package here and do it for $997 or for $597 in 2 payments. And you can go to marketplacedropshipping.com/coaching. Now, this is really cool. So the question is it really worth it? Even if it does half of what I claim that it does in this webinar, it more than pays for itself. It's teaching you how to do this. So even if it does half of what I claim, this is more than pays for itself for sure. So let me just recap again what you're going to get. So it's 3 months coaching program, the private Facebook group, Zoom calls that we're going to have that you have replays access to, and then the proven click funnel. So you're going to get copies of the exact same funnels that I'm using that you can use as well. And then the current Facebook ad strategies that get you going, and we can get you started before Black Friday. And now what we did is like you can do one-time payment of $997, or you can split into 2 payments of $597. And this is what we're putting together right now to get people started. And what I'm going to do right now is open it up to questions. I know that people are asking right now. Some people are asking, well, what about product research? How do I find that? And I think that's something that I can actually help people with. I do that a lot. There's a lot of techniques, and that was actually the live stream session that I was going to do on Tuesday. So I'm going to be recapping that as well. So stuff like, product research, if you need to get going there, whatever phase you're at is the level that I can help you at. So if it's stuff on product research, or if you still need to figure out Facebook Marketplace, or if you're ready to set up that Shopify store, or if you're already comfortable with Shopify, but the stuff that I showed you about ClickFunnels, that's interesting to you, I can help you out with that. So all of those things together are things that I can help you out with at whatever level you're at. That's the cool thing about it. So it's not just about having a course and materials, because a lot of stuff, you can find stuff out there for free. I think we're in the age of like information overload, and the real way to get going, to get money, to make things happen is to actually take action and have something that's action based. It's a clear reason why I've been doing the challenges. And actually, as a side note, we do have a new challenge that's starting December 5th. So keep a lookout for that. But the other thing is this 3-month coaching, because this is action based to get you going and to get you moving forward in there. Even myself, I take coaching as well. If you caught my last podcast, I talked about it. I have a life coach that's helping me to level up, my business. So you'll find out, you go ask anybody, they have some form of a mentor, they have some form of a coach to get them to the next level. You cannot be doing the same thing you've been doing and expecting different results. You need to have somebody that can help you get unstuck and help you get out of your own way. Somebody that can see things in you that you can't currently see in yourself, and somebody that can get you going. So I'm going to be here as like your accountability partner, your coach, to help get you going, to show you all the techniques, whether if you're Facebook Marketplace dropshipping, Shopify dropshipping, or if you're ready to use ClickFunnels, following the strategy that I put together here. And the cool thing about it is that you're going to be able to copy the exact same funnels as like a template, put your products in, or use some of the products that I've been recommending, things like that. We'll be able to toss things back and forth with each other. So really awesome stuff. I hope this is interesting to you and helpful. I wanted to cover this. I promised the people that were in the challenge that I'd do this bonus training, and that I would give access to this. This is every level that, whether if it's $1,000 days or $3,000 days, which again, that's $1 million business. You can do it, and I can help you put you on that path for sure. So $997 today, or you could break it into 2 monthly payments of $597. You go to marketplacedropshipping.com/coaching, marketplacedropshipping.com/coaching. All right, guys, really awesome stuff.